To get your business name out to the public. With My38, we are offering a great special with 100 commercial ads for a great price. This offer is for a 30-day ad placement. Please contact Devin C. for more information at 248-357-4566 or email at d.calhoun@thewordnetwork.org. This excludes political ads.
Did you know most vitamin supplements don't even come from food? Even the products with colorful fruits and vegetables adorning the labels are seldom derived from produce. Typically, supplements are synthetic, made in a laboratory. Modern science may synthetically imitate these chemicals, but your body isn't fooled. It knows the difference and it craves quality materials to build, repair, and fight illness. You need to consume fruits and vegetables daily in a variety of colors, as well as whole grains and other fresh food. That's why I formulated Balance of Nature. I wanted to be able to give my patients a natural alternative to the cheap, unnatural chemistry by giving them real fruits and vegetables. In fact, the only ingredients inside a Balance of Nature are whole fruits and vegetables. Don't settle for imitation nutrition. Reach for the good stuff, the real stuff.
Call 1-800-246-8751 or go to balanceofnature.com to get 35% off your first preferred order by using discount code RADIO5.
WFDF Farmington Hills, Detroit, 910 AM Superstation, a division of Adele Media. The weekend lineup on 910 AM is crazy.
I am your host, Nurse Charms, the nurse of morning radio, here to bring you the most accurate and up-to-date information in health, wellness, nursing, and medicine. Listen, information is power and information is currency, so we do not do misinformation over here. Stay locked in with me, and I promise that you will not be disappointed. From 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., chime in on the discussions that we have on this show so we can hear from you.
910 AM Superstation. The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the producers and or the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of 910 AM Superstation or Adele Media.
Well, good morning, Detroit and listeners around the world. Happy Sunday. You are listening to 910 AM Superstation, and this is Nurse Charms Live. Yes, I am live in the studio this morning, and it is so great to be here. I am your host, Nurse Charms, the nurse of morning radio, here to bring you the most accurate and up-to-date information in health, wellness, nursing, and medicine. If you are just tuning in for the first time, you will hear my voice on 910 AM Superstation every Sunday, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. So first and foremost, thank you to all of my faithful listeners who tune into my show every Sunday from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. Now, before we get into our topic for today, I always tell people about my background. I am an experienced registered nurse of 21 years. So as someone who has been in the nursing profession for 21 years, it is important for me to shed light and break down important topics in medicine so that everyone can understand what is going on in health news. So my hopes with this show are that individuals will use this information to make choices that will benefit their life. In addition, when individuals make better health choices, ultimately our communities become healthier and we can all live a more productive life. So as I said, I am a registered nurse who is actively licensed by the state of Michigan for 21 years, and currently I am employed with a local hospital. I'm also a licensed massage therapist of 10 years and a serial entrepreneur. So that's my background, and I'm sticking with it. And I'm going to always start off this show letting y'all know that I have my street creds, okay? However, this is also the people's show. So that means I want to hear all of y'all's opinions on my topics. And I don't want to sit here and dominate the radio show without letting my callers express their thoughts too. So please call into my show, okay? The number here is 313-778-7600. Again, 313-778-7600. I will always do my very best to answer your questions with research and facts. And if you're watching the show on the 910 AM Superstation Facebook page, please drop a heart emoji and share this video, because that lets the Facebook algorithm know that this is good content, and they will continue to show this video to more and more people so that we can get this content out there. I also want to mention that we are streaming live on the 910 AM Superstation app. I personally have the 910 AM app on my phone, and I recommend that everyone else goes and gets the app. And you can download that app in the App Store. And we can also be heard on the iHeartRadio app and the TuneIn Radio app. And lastly, you can always visit the 910 AM website and watch us live in studio. So there are plenty of ways to listen to the show without any excuses. That means I want y'all here every Sunday, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., okay? This morning, Dr. Grace is joining me live in the studio. So if you're watching on our 910 AM Facebook page, our website, or the app, you can see Dr. Grace in the studio with me. Dr. Grace, wave to the cameras. But really quick, before I officially welcome Dr. Grace, I want to give a disclaimer that neither myself nor any of my guests are being endorsed. Therefore, I want everyone to know that we are sharing our own knowledge and experience with hopes it will be educational and add value to everyone listening. But please, please, please remember to always consult your physician, okay? This show is for educational purposes only and not diagnosing purposes. Well, good morning, Dr. Grace. How are you?
Good. Thank you for having me back.
Yes, we miss you, girl. So to begin, please give the listeners your background, your name, your title, years of experience.
Okay, I'm Dr. Grace Patterson. I am managing owner of Bethesda Holistic Center and Everything New Medical Care Services here in the Metro Detroit area. I've been a doctor for over 25 years now. I am in private practice, 100% for myself, close to maybe a little over 10 to 12 years now. And my office is here in Southfield, and you can reach us at 248-356-1111. That's 248-356-1111 is our phone number, which has texting capabilities and is HIPAA compliant. So that means it's privacy compliant. And you can reach me online on all social media aspect, Dr. Grace Patterson. And our website is drgracecares.com. That's drgracecares.com. And we do a lot of things from pain management. In the midst of a pandemic, there still was an epidemic with the opiate crisis, and we pride ourselves on managing pain and teaching people how to do it holistically. We also have a holistic weight wellness program that we really launched within this last 2 months, which I'm really, really excited about because I am myself 50 pounds down. Woo-hoo. And I am so excited to be here today. And I just want to say thank you for having me.
Yes, of course. The pleasure is all mine. Trust and believe. I enjoy your presence on this show. So today is Mother's Day, everyone. And I want to wish happy Mother's Day to all mothers all over the world. Unfortunately, my mother passed away in 2013. And Dr. Grace's mother recently passed away last month in April. So we are tributing this show to our late mothers to publicly acknowledge our appreciation for everything our mothers have done for us. A healthy mother is a happy mother. So as a registered nurse and Dr. Grace as a physician, it's our responsibility to share our knowledge with everyone. Now, to all of you with living mothers, in addition to giving a traditional gift, I want to encourage all of you to give the gift of health to your mother. So this morning, we will be giving health advice to help your mother stay healthy. Also, whether your mother is living or deceased, I want everyone to call in and tell us how your mother has been a source of strength, good values, and moral support. We want to hear everything that your mother taught you to become a better person. So with that being said, please call into the studio and shout out your moms, okay, everyone? I want y'all to call me this morning. Let me know. Tell me all the great things your mother has taught you. The number here again, 313-778-7600, 313-778-7600. I want to hear all your stories about your mom, or you can ask us specific health questions to pass on to your mother. So before we get into our discussion today, I want to go over the leading causes of death for women. So as we focus our conversation today on health prevention, we can keep in mind the statistics and why it's important to keep mothers healthy. Now, this is data from the CDC's website. You can pull it up. This is data for women only in all races. So the number one cause of death in women is heart disease. Number 2 is cancer. Number 3 is chronic lower respiratory disease. Number 4 is stroke. Number 5 is Alzheimer's disease. Number 6 is unintentional injuries. Number 7 is diabetes. Number 8 is influenza and pneumonia. Number 9 is kidney disease. And number 10 is septicemia. That's an infection and inflammation throughout your entire body. So as you hear these top 10 causes of death, be assured there's still a possibility to help your mothers live a long, healthy, happy life through prevention. And we're going to talk about that today. So before we get into our discussion, wow, callers, y'all calling in already. Yes, I love it when my callers call 313-778-7600. I have Jerry on the line. Good morning, Jerry. How are you?
Fine, thank you, and good morning to you, Nurse Charms. And I know you mentioned Dr. Grace. She's back with you. Good morning to you, Dr. Grace. Welcome back. Of course, and we want to salute Miss Nikki, I believe, right? Sometimes she participates in the show, Nurse Charm.
Oh, yeah, Nurse Nikki, yes, Nurse Nikki.
Well, we send her love, too. Yes. And before I say my question, Nurse Charm, Dr. Grace, I want to wish you, all of you, as a mothers, the best of happy Mother Day, and with bunch of kisses and bunch of roses and flowers to all the mothers here and there in this world and there in the paradise. Happy Mother Day to all of them. My question here, Dr. Grace, you mentioned as Nurse Charm asked you what the diseases could cause a death for a woman. And you mentioned about 10 diseases, I believe, right, Dr. Grace?
Yes.
Yeah, and those they are major.
No, there's more. There's more than this, but these are the top 10, according to the CDC, the top 10 causes of death in women.
Yes. And Dr. Grace, I want to add another disease which invisible, which is loneliness. Especially today, a Mother Day. There's a lot of our loved mothers at the nursing home, at the rehab, at the hospitals. And they, the fact prove, the scientists, that loneliness could cause a major effect in the life of a person, and even could lead to Alzheimer's, lead to heart attack, lead to paralyze, shut some organ in the body, because loneliness is a very, 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 first of all, sad to see mother lonely or father lonely. So as a Mother Day today, would you, Dr. Grace, put some lights on this disease, loneliness, and what's your advice to us, all of us? Because we learn from you guys, and this radio talk show, we appreciate it, is a knowledge and educated to all of us. I want to thank you again, Dr. Grace, and I want to thank you, Nurse Charm, and God bless you all, and happy Mother Day. I love you all.
Thank you. Love you too, Jerry.
Jerry.
And I miss you. I missed you last week. You didn't call my show last week.
I overslept.
It's okay. I don't mean to put you on the spot.
I'm sorry.
Okay, we'll get to your question. Thanks. Please continue to listen, Jerry. Love you back. Please continue to listen. So yeah, let's talk about that. We were just gonna get into our discussion here about some health tips, but Jerry has a very good point about loneliness. How that can just cause stress, and then ultimately it can just cause, you to just shut down because you're not eating. You're not being engaged with others, so you get those good, healthy endorphins. When you're around your friends, you're laughing, you're happy, you're smiling. So all those natural endorphins through our body, that how God designed us, you don't have any of those natural endorphins floating around in your body to, help increase your mood.
So, loneliness is not a disease, it's a state of being, and it's a mindset.
Right.
You can be by yourself and not be lonely, but be alone. I like being by myself. I enjoy my own company. But there is people who are lonely, or should I say lonely, which is a state of being, which also leads to depression.
Dr. Grace, let's have you complete that thought on the other side of the break. You are listening to Nurse Charms.
Quick.
Yes, you are listening to Nurse Charms Live. We're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
Have you thought about advertising your business on our 910 AM Superstation? Our audience is bigger than ever, and your investment will be lower than ever. Find out how you can grow your business. Give us a call during business hours and ask for Henry, 248-357-4566. We will tell your story, and more folks than ever before will come to your door. 248-357-4566. Ask for Henry. The super audience at our 910 Superstation wants to hear about you. Call now. The all-new 910 Superstation is your #1 source for urban talk radio. If you're looking for the best in radio programming, look no further. You can now listen in on a multitude of audio platforms. We're on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Buzzsprout, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Listen Notes, and coming soon to Amazon Music, Good Pods, and Overcast. 910 AM Superstation, the largest, strongest, 50,000-watt urban radio station in town.
Do you have an idea for an invention or new product? Do you think companies would be interested in your idea? Do you want to try to get a patent? Then call InventHelp now. InventHelp keeps your idea confidential and explains every step of the invention process. We create professional materials representing your idea and submit it to companies who are looking for new ideas. We have more than 9,000 companies who've agreed to review ideas in confidence. If a company shows interest in manufacturing your invention, we can negotiate on your behalf. We have helped over 10,000 clients receive patents. We also offer services including 3D modeling and animation demonstrating your idea, prototyping services, and we use state-of-the-art technology to show InventHelp client ideas to additional companies. Join the thousands of people just like you who chose InventHelp to pursue their idea. We are experienced. We are working for you. We are InventHelp.
Call us for free information at 1-800-460-1663. That's 1-800-460-1663. Again, 1-800-460-1663.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time.
I had no energy. For months and months and months, I had no energy, and I'm a very active person. And my husband was noticing that I was tired all the time, and I was slow at everything that I was doing. And I kept listening to the commercials. And, you don't know if something's going to help you or not. But I decided this was something I was going to do. And lo and behold, in about 4 days after taking them, I was repotting plants. I was doing other things. My husband said to me, "You seem to have more energy." And I said, "Oh, yeah, I'm fine." And I'm telling you, nothing has ever made such a difference. So anyway, I'm very happy.
Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Call 1-800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code RADIO5.
Happy National Nurses Month to nurses across the world. Thank you for your unwavering commitment to high-quality patient care. You truly make a difference every day in so many lives.
So Gorgeous is the latest brand to hit the hair extension and wig market. Made from 100% human hair donors with textures to perfectly blend into your hair, giving you full, natural-looking styles with added volume and length. You can wash, color, curl, and straighten our gorgeous bundles and wigs. Shop our collection now at sosogorgeous.com and get ready to show off your gorgeous hair.
And we are back. This is Nurse Charms Live. Today we have a Mother's Day health special show. We are giving our health advice and health tips so your moms can stay healthy. This Mother's Day, we encourage everyone to give the gift of health versus tradition. Well, you can do both. You can give a traditional gift, but we are going to share some tips so that you can share these. You can in turn share these tips with your mom so that they can stay healthier. So before the break, one of our faithful callers, Jerry, he asked a great question about loneliness, and especially loneliness in elderly people, lonely mothers. So let's just get into that, and what are some things that we can share to help overcome loneliness?
Well, that's what he was saying. It's not an actual disease. I mean, it is a state of mind, state of being that can lead into depression. And one of the definitions of loneliness is distress and discomfort we feel when we perceive a gap between social connections. And believe it or not, in the height of technology, being on social media, and all Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all these different platforms. If you have a million friends, people are still lonely, and people are still committing suicide because of depression, even in the midst of being top influencers. Why is that? So you have to have human connection. We were created to connect. We were created to touch, feel, hug, be in people's presence. And so one of the things that Jerry brought up today, which I think is very significant in regards to Mother's Day, check on your mom, not just on Mother's Day. Right. I mean, you should, that's one of the things I'm going to miss about my mom. I would talk to her every single day. And so, being in the medical field, I couldn't go over there as often as I would like, because when I have interaction with a group of people that I normally don't have contact with, post-pandemic, I would have breaks before I'm able to go see her. So our times were every morning before I start my day. Every Monday was my day to go over there. I would give my mother her vitamin infusion every Monday. I would check on her. When her vitamins are running low, she calling me, "My baby, my vitamins are low. I need you to get that." And then I had to ask her which one, because she had her particular one she liked the best. She didn't like the one she had to take in the morning and the evening. So she loved the liquid one. So I would give my mom a gift of health, on a consistent basis, and make sure she had what she needed. And I think that's what helped with her longevity. My mom would have been 88 years young this year. She passed at 87. But I do, and she would outdo me in working out. She worked out 5 days a week. I'm like, "What you doing?" "I'm doing my exercises." So encouragement, in regards to your moms, making sure they eat right, make sure they have the groceries that they need, making sure that they don't, are moving their bodies, and that they have that social interaction to prevent that loneliness, which can lead to depression, not eating. And one of the things that he mentioned on your list about Alzheimer's disease,
right?
Alzheimer's disease can be from being isolated, not having social interaction. And it's just a whole myriad of things that can be interconnected in there. Even heart disease and being alone, depression, all of that plays a role into the top 10 diseases. You can probably connect being alone and depression with all of those.
Right. So the first tip I want to share is to make sure that your mother has health insurance. If you're unsure, you can simply ask your mother. First off, just start there. Just say, when you're visiting your mom today or tomorrow, whenever you visit her, for Mother's Day, just simply ask, hey, Mom, do you have insurance? If she doesn't have insurance, you can have her go to healthcare.gov and you can figure out how to enroll. I'm not an insurance agent, so I don't really know any details about, obtaining insurance, but I do know that it's important to have insurance, and most older people can also have Medicare. So you want to kind of piggyback a little bit, like why it's just so important. I mean, you would hate for a life-threatening illness to come up, and then you have to take Mom to the doctor, and ultimately she has to get admitted, and no insurance to cover this, and you're hit with this huge bill. Guess what? It doesn't go away. It's going to go onto your credit report. And I mean, it's going to stay there for the rest of your life until it pays off or whatever else. But you got to have insurance. I mean, most hospitals will take you with or without insurance. Some hospitals, you have to have insurance, and they'll get in a caseworker to help you get insurance quickly. But yeah, insurance is just so important, Dr. Grace.
Yes, it is. Insurance is important. And then another thing, if you don't have insurance, don't be afraid to call the office or go to urgent care and find out their pricing. Most urgent cares are anywhere from, $50, $75 up to $125 a visit. And every step of the way, what they're going to do for you, they come and ask you, we need to do this, and it costs X, Y, and Z. Is it okay? You can say yes, you can say no, but do not be fearful of the fact of going to the doctor because you don't have health insurance. Believe it or not, they have two price scales. They have one for the insurance and they have one for cash pay patients.
That's true.
And talking about insurance a little bit, even, persons such as myself, they have deductibles. You have to meet a deductible before they start covering. And most oftentimes they will ask me, do you want to pay the amount to meet your deductible, or do you want to pay the cash pay amount, which won't go towards your deductible? And most times the cash pay amount is less.
Right.
And so I never meet my deductible because I wind up going the less route. And by the time I meet my deductible, it's the end of the year and it's about to start all over again.
Right.
So, but anyway, I'm saying all of that to say, please, regardless if you have insurance or not, make sure that you encourage your mothers to make sure that they get the screenings that they need, go to the doctor and find out, even if some private offices take cash pay.
Right.
So find out what those prices are. Just not ignore your health overall.
Right. And even if your mom doesn't have insurance, it's not a time for judgment. It's just like, okay, well, like I said, I gave you the resource, healthcare.gov. You can go on there, or you can Google and search some other resources. But whatever the case may be, just make sure your mother has some health insurance so that she'll be covered when she's going to the physician and getting treated. So that's tip number one. Make sure your mother has health insurance. So have that conversation with your mother today. The next tip is to encourage your mother to get regular health checkups, because this helps to detect any medical conditions at an early stage. And this can be as simple as asking your mother questions such as, Mom, how are your eyes? How's your hearing? How's your memory? How are your bowels? How are you urinating and eliminating waste? Or are you urinating and eliminating waste normally? All these questions you should be asking your mother. And it's not because you're being intrusive or you're being judgmental. You're just trying to help, because a lot of times, just in general, with older people, and I can speak because as you all know, I work at a hospital, 36 hours a week. I'm at a hospital and taking care of patients, tons of patients a week. And I see lots of patients, either they don't have insurance or either they haven't been taking care of themselves. And so by the time they get to the hospital, they have a critical emergency that they're trying to sort out, because I work in the ICU, and then sometimes you just think like, wow, some of this stuff going on with this patient, it could have literally been avoided, but for whatever reasons, and there's never any judgment, for whatever reason, these issues got overlooked until it was time to, now you have to go have a heart cath where they're potentially putting stents into your heart. So, prevention is always the best thing to do in order to detect some of these illnesses. So, do you have any thoughts on that, or any comment?
Old saying, an ounce of a prevention is better than a pound of cure. So you're right. They definitely, those questions, you'll be surprised. Your mom probably be happy that you asked,
right?
Because sometimes, older people, they're private and they figure that they're not going to say anything. But if you ask, I'm quite sure they'll be open to that. And just ask them, is there anything that you can do to help, or if they have any needs? And don't let them be like, oh, I'm all right.
Right.
I'm okay. No, if something happens, kind of encourage them to get the, health care that they need, for sure.
Right, exactly. Or some things you might already know, like, okay, Mom, your hearing has been declining. Let's go get it checked out. Your eyesight, I noticed that you've been complaining about seeing, so let's go get it checked out. Do you need me to take you there? So just offering as much assistance as you can and understanding. Okay, so we got to take our second commercial break. Time is going by fast. If you want to call in, the number here is 313-778-7600. Again, 313-778-7600. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
$910 AM Superstation is the voice of the people. Don't believe me? Just listen.
I absolutely love this radio station. This station gets me through the work week.
And we don't just show love to the callers. We see the comments and the posts too.
I'm always on the go, so being able to watch all my favorite hosts on 910 AM mobile app is amazing.
So when you think of 910 AM Superstation, we want you to tune in, call in, and don't forget to find us on social media.
Attention! Do you owe back taxes, fines, and penalties to the IRS? The IRS now offers new relief options for taxpayers affected by COVID-19, but you can't go it alone. Call Tax Solutions now. Our team of former IRS agents and tax professionals can get you the best deal. We know the COVID-19 rules. Call us and never speak to the IRS again.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
The virus has caused the IRS to take extensive action to help taxpayers. So if you owe $10,000 or more, this is the best time in years to settle your tax debt.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
Remember, the IRS will not give up until you pay. Call 800-683-9499. 800-683-9499. 800-683-9499.
910 AM Superstation has the greatest advertising deal ever with our Godfather package. 100 spots for $600 with a must-air within 30-day policy, and we will even produce the spots free. That's right, free. Call Devin C. now at 248-357-4566. That's 248-357-4566. Or email at d.calhoun@thewordnetwork.org. This excludes political ads.
Everyone knows 910 AM Superstation is the voice of Detroit. Take the voices of 910 AM with you wherever you go with our mobile app. Watch the 910 AM live stream. Never miss a beat with current events on social media. And you can always listen again using our 910 AM replay feature. Download the 910 AM Superstation app today on your mobile device by visiting the App Store on your Android or Apple device.
So Gorgeous is the latest brand to hit the hair extension and wig market. Made from 100% human hair donors with textures to perfectly blend into your hair, giving you full, natural-looking styles with added volume and length. You can wash, color, curl, and straighten our gorgeous bundles and wigs. Shop our collection now at SoSoGorgeous.com and get ready to show off your gorgeous hair.
The Superstation, Detroit's only African-American talk radio.
And we are back. This is Nurse Charms Live. Today is Mother's Day, and we are doing a Mother's Day Health edition of Nurse Charms Live, where Dr. Grace is joining me today. We are giving out health advice and health tips so that you can share with Mom when you go visit her today for Mother's Day. Looks like we have a caller, so let's hop right over to our call lines. Good morning, Norman. How are you?
Oh, yeah. Hey, good morning. How are you doing?
Doing well.
Hello. And happy Mother's Day to you.
I'm actually not a mother, but Dr.
Mother,
Grace is a mother. Thank you.
Happy Mother's Day, Dr. Grace and stuff. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. You know what I wanted to say was I think that one of the things that what makes this day in the next 2 Mother's Day or 3 Mother's Day significant is that the attack on women's health that is taking place in this country. You can't ignore it. And this attack on women's health is in terms of the medications that women use, and particularly those in terms of reproductive health. You know, there's a plan afoot. We talk about abortion in terms of reproductive health, but we also talk about simple birth control medication. That is going to go by the wayside if we allow what's going to happen. What's happening now. I'm just looking on television here, the lady from South Carolina running for Senate, black woman, said that these guys have got a simple majority. And they return us back to the days of old. That's exactly what they're doing. You know, and when you add to that not only the health issues, the political stuff that is taking place in terms of the rollback on voting rights. You know, at one point in this country, we always thought that women couldn't vote, and black women. I mean, I'm 60. I was 13 years old when the voting rights bill, civil rights bill passed, and then the next year was the voting rights bill. I had friends that when they went down in St. Augustine and protested with Martin Luther King, I went to school with guys that had done that those kids who had stood in the World Wars that fought for these wars. I went to school at Florida A&M University with guys that were involved in that, and now we see a total reversal. So, you know, when I look at this overall thing, I think that what this Mother's Day says is that we need to be constantly aware of what's happening in terms of these rollback. And people laugh when you say, well, you're going to go back to the days of when women are fall out being barefoot and praying. And that's exactly what's happening. You do not want to go back to those days.
Absolutely. No, we don't.
Chattel said, well, that's what's happening now. I think, you know, it's nice to say Happy Mother's Day, but we have to be conscious that Mother's Day can turn about the other days. As we would say, the days of tyranny. And I remember the days when in order for a woman to have a credit card, there was a lady on TV She had to go through her husband, even though she was making more money. There was a lady on Channel 2 that experienced that. I remember that years ago. We remember that happened. Well, you know what, sisters? We headed back. Sisters and brothers, we headed back that way. Every day we hear this attack on women's, on the attack on reproductive health is an attack on women's health. And another thing that people do not understand is that these folks are making the manufacturers of these sort of medications that unavailable to women. They've already done it in control medications. There's a law.
Yeah, there's so much we have to. Yeah, Norm.
And Nurse Charm, you need to have me on. You need to have me and our group, our crew on one or two times from the young men and women from the You're Within the Norms. .com blog crew on.
Thank you
Read
for
that
sharing.
blog.
Yes, thank you for sharing your comments, Norm. Before you go, can you let us know some? Shout out your mother. What are some? Is your mom still living?
My mother passed. My mother passed when I was like 49. My mother, my name is Rosie Lane. My mother and father were from Panama. My mother passed when she ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease and stuff, and her sister died of Lou Gehrig's disease, and my youngest brother, one of my younger brothers, who's a Detroit police officer for 35 years, he died last October of Lou Gehrig's disease. So we believe it, and not believe that there's another thing. So I like to shout out. My mother was a strong woman. She taught us, that you young men. She had all boys, and all of us were. She had 8 boys, and 2 of them died. Two of my brothers died when they birth. But my mother taught us to wash and clean. She says, "You boys better learn how to put your clothes up and hang them up, and when you go over it, you don't want to have to be like some of you guys dependent upon women to do everything. You're going to be independent, and you're going to be out there." Taught us how to iron clothes, and
that's so good. That's so good, Norm.
And that's why I'm a pharmacist and dentist. I appreciate this morning.
That's
she taught
awesome.
Us how to iron clothes, and all that good stuff.
Norm, listen.
Yes, ma'am.
As always, I appreciate you calling Nurse Charms Live. Please continue to listen, and you have a great day, okay? Thank you for sharing.
Yes, ma'am. And happy Mother's Day, Sister Grace, and happy Mother's Day, all the mothers on out there,
Thanks, Norm.
Like, fight for your mom, and you love your mothers and stuff. You guys need to fight for your
That's
sisters
right.
and your mother's rights.
Thank you,
rights,
Norm.
and they not be deplored. Okay.
All right. Have a good day. Let's get to our next caller. Good morning, PG. How are you?
Well, good morning to Nurse Charms and Dr. G. Happy Mother's Day, Dr. G. And I just want to let you know that we can tell that you work out because those deltoid muscles are on fleek. Your arms look very, very good. And Nurse Charms, you know that you always look so cute and so
thank
gorgeous.
you, Queen.
The conditions that you mentioned that women are dealing with, it's a shame because we have to do so many things as women, and I'm not a biological mother, but I have godchildren that I fight for and do things for as if they were my own children. And one of the things, I like the fact that Jerry talked about the loneliness, but one of the things that is not a medical condition, but women are dealing with it, is the assault, the violence that young black women and women are dealing with.
Right.
And it's not from a white supremacist or a person coming from overseas. Women are being assaulted by the very men that they love. And I know it's not a medical condition, but if a woman is subject to violence and she survives it, that's a whole new medical
well,
thing
it's listed as a cause of death, and mostly that's occurring in the younger generation, not so much older, but just in general, women period. We don't want to lose women to anything senseless, any type of senseless crime.
Right, and I wanted to ask you and Dr. G. We know that I think you said cancer was number 2.
Yes.
Okay. Are there any types of foods? I know tomatoes is an antioxidant. Is it any type of food or diet that can help prevent or control the occurrence of cancer? And if so, what would those food items be, or what would the diet look like?
Most types of cancer, would you say that food primarily causes cancer? I don't think that food primarily causes cancer.
Not food. What she's asking, what can you do to eat good to make sure you decrease your risk of cancer? Now, I would not recommend tomatoes because it's part of what we call the nightshade group, which increases inflammation. And a strong component of cancer is inflammation. The best way to eat a tomato is no skin and don't eat the pulp. So you have to take a little bit of time to get to do that. But the inflammatory part of the tomato is the skin and the pulp. So if you do eat that, that's how you should eat it. But the nightshade group is tomatoes, eggplant, white potatoes, peppers, all peppers, the green, yellows, the orange peppers, all of those, even though they're potent in vitamin C, they do have a high inflammatory component. So I would remove those from my diet or eat them in moderation. But if you read the literature out there, anything that's the DASH diet is very, very good for not only for cancer, but for high blood pressure. But anything that's close to plant-based as much as possible keeps the body healthy and strong to fight off all major diseases, including cancer.
PG, we got to take a hard break. Can you stay on hold with us? Because I wanted to add some more about fighting.
Yes.
Okay. All right. This is Nurse Charms Live. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is PG.
Did you know most vitamin supplements don't even come from food? Even the products with colorful fruits and vegetables adorning the labels are seldom derived from produce. Typically, supplements are synthetic, made in a laboratory. Modern science may synthetically imitate these chemicals, but your body isn't fooled. It knows the difference, and it craves quality materials to build, repair, and fight illness. You need to consume fruits and vegetables daily in a variety of colors, as well as whole grains and other fresh food. That's why I formulated Balance of Nature. I wanted to be able to give my patients a natural alternative to the cheap, unnatural chemistry by giving them real fruits and vegetables. In fact, the only ingredients inside a Balance of Nature are whole fruits and vegetables. Don't settle for imitation nutrition. Reach for the good stuff, the real stuff.
Call 1-800-246-8751 or go to balanceofnature.com to get 35% off your first preferred order by using discount code RADIO5.
Have you thought about advertising your business on our 910 AM Superstation? Our audience is bigger than ever, and your investment will be lower than ever. Find out how you can grow your business. Give us a call during business hours and ask for Henry, 248-357-4566. We will tell your story, and more folks than ever before will come to your door. 248-357-4566. Ask for Henry. The super audience at our 910 Superstation wants to hear about you. Call now.
So Gorgeous is the latest brand to hit the hair extension and wig market. Made from 100% human hair donors with textures to perfectly blend into your hair, giving you full, natural-looking styles with added volume and length. You can wash, color, curl, and straighten our gorgeous bundles and wigs. Shop our collection now at SoSoGorgeous.com and get ready to show off your gorgeous hair.
And we are back. You are listening to Nurse Charms Live. Today, we are honoring our mothers. Myself and Dr. Grace, actually, we have lost our mothers. So we're tributing this show in honor and respect and recognition of our mothers. And also, I want everyone to call into the show if your mother is living, or even if your mother is deceased. Call in and let us know and shout your mother out. Tell us all the good things that your mother taught you to help you to become a better person. We want to hear. The number in the studio is 313-778-7600, 313-778-7600. Real quick, I just want to let everyone know that 910 a.m. can be heard on Facebook, our 910 a.m. website, the 910 a.m. app. You can download that in the App Store for Android and iOS phone systems. We can be heard on iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Amazon Fire TV, Roku, and Chromecast. We are everywhere. So please continue to listen, spread the word, and call into Nurse Charms Live. All right. So, PG, thank you so much, girlfriend, for holding on throughout the break. I really appreciate that. So,
anytime for Nurse Charms.
Thank you. Thank you. So I just wanted to also point out, Dr. Grace was pointing out some foods that will help you to, what did you say?
Preventative, to help make the body strong.
Right. Not necessarily prevent cancer, but just in general. But I also wanted to point out some things that will literally help you prevent cancer, such as going to your doctor and getting the appropriate screening. So, if you're a woman, getting screened for HPV. Also, things like environmental factors, from the sun, especially us darker skinned people, making sure that you're wearing sunscreen. That's very important. Yes, and then smoking. If you are a current smoker, think about quitting smoking, because every time you smoke, you increase your chance of getting lung cancer. And then just getting your blood levels checked. There's so many tests and screenings that the physicians can perform to just see if you are at risk of developing any forms of cancer. So those are some things that you can actively do in terms of preventive screening for cancer. But yes, food is always a great thing.
Don't forget about the pap smear and the mammograms.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Definitely.
And I wanted to give a shout out to my mom. I lost my mom March 22nd of 2021. This is my third Mother's Day without her. And, sometimes in thinking about her and hearing her voice and seeing her laugh, it can paralyze your thoughts for a minute, because the flesh is so weak and you just want those people in the flesh that you can touch and kiss and hug.
Yes.
But I will remember one thing that my mother used to say that would always make me laugh, and I didn't know what she meant by this growing up, but then I finally got it. She would say, it's a poor duck that doesn't praise its own pond. And I would say, Mama, what are you talking about? We don't have any ducks. And as I got older, I knew what she meant, that if you're not confident and if you don't think that you're all of that, no one else is going to think it, but it's who we are in Christ. Yeah. It's what God thinks about us. So I would like for you and Dr. G to do another show. We talked about those disorders, to really dig deep into the difference between confidence, narcissism, and then narcissism personality disorder.
Well, hopefully we can do that, because May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and maybe we can get your Michelle.
Right. Yeah,
we probably could do that. Yeah,
yes,
but
snap.
she's the boss.
Yes, snap. But Nurse Charms, you know that we are so proud of you.
Yes, we are.
We like the health presentation that you give us. And then when you have Nurse Nikki and Dr. G there with you, oh, my God, the three of you are just such powerhouses, but it's how you present it and each one of you playing off of what each other says. It's just amazing.
Thank
you. We
Thank
love you. And happy Mother's Day
love
to
you
all
back.
of the 910 moms.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Please continue to listen. Thank you,
I
PG.
certainly will.
Yes. So just getting back into, it warms my heart. I love hearing from my callers. That's just so sweet. Her, Jerry, and where are the rest of my callers at? Listen, call in 313-778-7600. I know you all have some phenomenal mothers out there, and I want to hear all the great things that your mother has taught you to be a better person. So please call into the show, 313-778-7600. But we are going to get right back into giving health tips. So when you go see your mom, if not today, tomorrow or whenever, or even if you're just going to plan on calling your mother, you may live in a different state than your mother, please share these health tips that we have been giving out on my show. So the next tip that I want to give out is to make sure you tell mom to get her blood pressure checked. Normal measurements are anything that is less than 120/80, and high is a measurement of 140/90. Also, blood sugar levels. A normal fasting blood sugar is 100 or lower. So if your level is 100 to 125, that means that you are pre-diabetic. And also blood cholesterol levels. Normal is less than 200, and borderline is 200 to 239, and above is 240. Anything above 240 is high cholesterol. So when you're seeing your mothers or when you're talking to your mothers, just ask her, has she had these things checked out? Hey, Mom, did you get your blood pressure? When's the last time you had your blood pressure checked? When's the last time you had your cholesterol checked? When's the last time you had your blood sugar checked? And also, you can get some of this equipment. You can go to like Walmart, you can go to CVS, wherever.
Amazon,
yes. Not trying to plug nobody, but we're just giving some suggestions. But you can go anywhere, and to be honest, you can actually give this as a gift. Yes, you can give this as a gift for your mom, so that they have automatic blood pressure cuffs. Also your blood sugar. They have all this equipment, and it's not really that expensive. Like like back in the day, it was more expensive, but now it's got competitive. They have so many different pharmaceutical companies and equipment companies, supply companies making this stuff. So the prices aren't that high, but it's just important to go over these numbers and make sure your mothers know their numbers. And if something is abnormal, make sure they're getting checked out. Dr. Grace, you want to piggyback?
Yes, because post-pandemic, part of your first aid kit should be those things. Add a thermometer and a pulse oximeter, the thing they put on your finger to see what your oxygenation is and your pulse. That should be in everyone's home. And being that we're virtual and there's telehealth, telemedicine, everyone under the sound of my voice should have that in their home, period. It should be part of your first aid kit where you have your Band-Aids, which you cut your finger, your alcohol, your, my mom used to say the Mercure comb, which is nothing but betadine, or all those things. That should be part of your, in your home, period, at this point now. Everyone should have that. So add that as to your Mother's Day gift, along with the purses, the perfume, and everything. Get her blood. My mother was still doing her blood pressure cuff up until she passed.
Hold on. We save that thought. As soon as we come back from the break, we'll talk more. We'll share more. This is Nurse Charms Live. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is PG. Today's topic is about school buses and when drivers need to stop. I am here with Southfield Police Chief Elvin Barron and Farmington Hills Police Chief Jeff King with an important...
The all-new 910 Superstation is your #1 source for urban talk radio. If you're looking for the best in radio programming, look no further. You can now listen in on a multitude of audio platforms. We're on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Buzzsprout, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Listen Notes, and coming soon to Amazon Music, Good Pods, and Overcast. 910 AM Superstation, the largest, strongest, 50,000-watt urban radio station in town.
Do you have an idea for an invention or new product? Do you think companies would be interested in your idea? Do you want to try to get a patent? Then call InventHelp now. InventHelp keeps your idea confidential and explains every step of the invention process. We create professional materials representing your idea and submit it to companies who are looking for new ideas. We have more than 9,000 companies who have agreed to review ideas in confidence. If a company shows interest in manufacturing your invention, we can negotiate on your behalf. We have helped over 10,000 clients receive receive patents. We also offer services including 3D modeling and animation demonstrating your idea, prototyping services, and we use state-of-the-art technology to show InventHelp client ideas to additional companies. Join the thousands of people just like you who chose InventHelp to pursue their idea. We are experienced. We are working for you. We are InventHelp.
Call us for free information at 1-800-460-1663. That's 1-800-460-1663. Again, 1-800-460-1663.
910 AM Superstation is the voice of the people. Don't believe me? Just listen.
I absolutely love this radio station. This station gets me through the work week.
And we don't just show love to the callers. We see the comments and the posts too.
I'm always on the go, so being able to watch all my favorite hosts on 910 AM mobile app is amazing.
So when you think of 910 AM Superstation, we want you to tune in, call in, and don't forget to find us on social media. WFDF Farmington Hills, Detroit, 910 AM Superstation, a division of Adele Media. The weekend lineup on 910 AM, it's crazy.
I am your host, Nurse Charms, the nurse of morning radio, here to bring you the most accurate and up-to-date information in health, wellness, nursing, and medicine. Listen, information is power and information is currency, so we do not do misinformation over here. Stay locked in with me, and I promise that you will not be disappointed. From 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., chime in on the discussions that we have on this show so we can hear from you.
910 AM Superstation. The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the producers and or the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of 910 AM Superstation or Adele Media.
And we are back. We have reached our second hour of Nurse Charms Live. I have Dr. Grace in studio with me, co-hosting. Thank you, Dr. Grace, for being here. Before the break, you were saying some great things. You were giving your advice out. If you're just tuning in, you can join the conversation, 313-778-7600. Today is our Mother's Day themed edition of Nurse Charms Live. We are attributing this show to our deceased late mothers, and we just want to use our voice, use our knowledge to give everyone health tips today so that as you go see your mothers, whether it's today, tomorrow, later this week, that you can have these conversations with your mother to make sure that you are keeping your mother healthy. So with that being said, go ahead, Dr. Grace.
Oh, I was saying that up until my mother passed, she was doing her vitals every day.
Yeah.
She knew what her blood pressure was, her pulse ox, her temperature. She was taking that herself every day. So when she was in the hospital, she could tell them if that's high for me or low for me. So the more you do it, the more familiar a person is with, with their blood pressure. So please make that a gift for your mom. And not only that, have it in your own home, too.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Let's get back to our phone lines. We have Jerry on the line. Hey, Jerry.
Miss Charm, thank you very much for taking my call. I'm sorry to bother you,
No bother. You're never a bother. I love when you call the show.
I appreciate Nurse Charm, and I appreciate the answer of Dr. Grace. You answer my question, and I appreciate from the bottom of my heart also the participating, all the other viewer, Mr. Norm and Miss PG. I appreciate that they made good comments about it. What I want to add, Nurse Charm, there is a song remind me about Barbara Streisand about the rose. You don't bring me flower. Bring me the flower when I'm alive. So I just want to say to everybody who there is a loved one out there, mom at home, apartment, assisted living, nursing home, hospital, please reach out to those lovely people and give them a rose or give them a kiss or give them a hug to show your appreciation to them, and they don't feel they are alone in this life. There is somebody out there thinking about them. Nurse Charm, Dr. Grace, once in a while when I'm in a diner, I see all kind of people, different ages. And when I see a young lady, an older lady, sitting next to me with her daughter or her family, I come to her, give her a comment. I say, you must be the queen. And sometimes when there is a certain occasion, I reach to her, I say, would you mind if I give you a hug?
That's
oh
so
my
nice
God,
and
Nurse
kind of
Charm,
you.
Dr. Grace, you see the smile in her face, and politely I give her a hug from love and respect.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Again, thank you for taking my call.
Yes,
and
appreciate
happy
Thank
Mother's
you.
Day.
Yes, thank you, Jerry.
We love you all.
Thank you. Love you back. Let's get to our next caller. O'Neill?
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning.
Nurse Charm.
Thank you. Thank you for
Good
calling.
morning. And Nurse Grace, good morning to you, too.
Dr. Grace.
Dr. Grace.
Yes,
Let's get
she's
it
a
right,
medical.
O'Neill.
She's
Dr.
a
Grace.
medical doctor for 25 years, right?
Yes.
Okay.
She has my back, as you can see.
Absolutely.
But
Yes,
let's
that
be
was
clear,
fun.
she's the boss, though.
Yes. Those are great tips you're giving out about the different elements of the cancer and all that. Great tips.
Oh, I'm glad it's providing value for you. Thanks for that feedback. Are you still there?
Oh, he dropped off.
We lost you,
Well,
O'Neill.
let's fill that in because we gave a lot of screening tips for women, but because it is Mother's Day. But listening to the men that are calling, they also need screening too, right?
Right.
So one of them is their PSA for their prostate, the PSA, the exam for that, the colonoscopy. Everyone before. When I was training, we would say the time to get your colonoscopy is at 50, but due to the rise of colon cancer, it's now 45. So those are the screening tips that goes along with that as well, because PG asked the question on how to eat to make sure your body is healthy.
Right.
Of course, anything natural, we can't say it prevents, cure, or treat, but it can fortify the body to be its optimal health to fight off disease. So, and of course, with the colon cancer, eat the fiber, the roughage, anything dark green leafy will help as well.
Right. And you talk about eating, so I might as well just continue on that tip. That was going to be my next tip. Encouraging your mother to eat a balanced diet and have good nutrition. I know that on holidays, times like this, you tend to want to go to these restaurants. You want to have comfort food and just kind of forget about all the rules. And I mean, I totally get it because I do that sometimes myself.
Mm-hmm.
And everything is moderation. I don't ever want to tell anybody no, you can't eat this, because I firmly believe, and even research, you can eat basically whatever you want. You just have to eat it in moderation. And then depending on your medical background, your medical history, you really might have to cut back. So when they say eat things in moderation may be like once a month for you, because if your cholesterol, if you talked about high cholesterol, if your cholesterol is already through the roof, you don't want to be sitting here eating all this cheesy pizza with all these fattening topics.
Deep fried chicken.
Right, deep fried. You don't want to be eating all this stuff talking about, well, y'all said moderation, you know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
So encourage your mother this holiday, this Mother's Day, to eat a good balanced diet and have good nutrition. And I want to put an emphasis on eating breakfast. Yes, it's true when the experts say that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. It replenishes your blood sugar supply from not eating all night. Just think about it, your sleep. And you're not eating. So when you wake up, and how the word break fast, you're breaking the fast. So you want to replenish your blood sugar from not eating all night. And that in turn is going to boost your energy levels for the day and keep you alert. And it will also, boost your energy levels and keep you alert and start you off with essential nutrients required for your body to maintain its health. So it's very important to eat breakfast. And I know a lot of people, they may sleep long, and so by the time they wake up is lunchtime and it's like, well, I'm still eating. Just lunch is the first meal of the day for me. I get it, but your body has already started being active. So, even though you haven't eaten anything, the time doesn't stop. So you want to make sure you're getting, and it doesn't have to be like a big production. You don't have to have like eggs, sausage, oatmeal, pancakes, whatever. You don't have to have like all these foods. It could just be something simple as like a yogurt. Like every day, I've been making it a habit to eat oatmeal because I don't have high cholesterol, but eating oatmeal can help prevent me from having cholesterol. And I have a family history. My mother had high cholesterol. So I just make it a point. I've been doing this for years just to eat oatmeal because that will prevent me. So, Dr. Grace, you want to chime in?
Yes, I love how you said segue into eating in moderation, and we're going to talk about breakfast real quick too. So, a couple of things is that, like you said, breaking a fast, and then there is now trending intermittent fasting. So, for me, which I incorporated in my wellness journey in losing my 50 pounds, I do intermittent fasting. So for me, my breakfast is breaking a fast. I eat after 1 o'clock every day. I get all my eating in between 1 and 7. After that, there is no food after 7 o'clock, and there is nothing. But that's just for me. Mm-hmm. And I've done my own testing as blood work. As far as working out, I go to a gym that does all of my metabolic testing, which we're also incorporating in our practice, so I can see what my resting metabolism is, my VO2, my heart, and all of that. So we came up with that intermittent fasting time for me, when to break my fast would be best for me for my optimal calorie burn. Also, what you were talking about in moderation, we have also incorporated in our practice allergy testing. You're like, Dr. Grace, why are you talking about that? Because allergies is not always breaking out in a rash, getting short of breath, and itching. I had one lady to come in, and during my pain management, she was tired, she was slugging, her pain was a 10, and we had her allergy results that day, and we went over it. And she said, I ate all this stuff yesterday. And so your body may not express allergy symptoms on the outside, but she was experiencing on the inside, the inflammation, the bloating, and the pain.
On a cellular
level. So our motto is, if you eat good, you feel good. If you eat bad, you feel bad. So again, moderation is the key. Me, myself, I love me some Junior Mints when I go to the show. But I know the next day.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny you brought that up, because that was one of my mom's favorites. She loved Junior Mint. She sure did.
I love them. I love them when I go to the movies.
But I can only eat like a couple, and then after that, it's like, okay, I'm
I can eat the whole box.
Yeah.
But I know the next day I might be a little sluggish. I know I have to, flush my system, drink a lot of water, or I might have a little pain somewhere. I've injured my knee before. My knee may be a little stiff or whatever. That's because of the sugar, because it has triggered the inflammation.
Right.
And so, like you mentioned, moderation. I don't do it all the time. It may be once or twice a year. But it's very, very important that we enjoy life as we're on our health journey as well. So just encourage your mom and find out what she eats. That was one of my conversations I had every day with my mom. Mom, did you eat breakfast? What was breakfast? Did you eat today? Oh, I didn't really have much of an appetite, but I know I need to eat. So I'm, encouraging her and pushing her. But Mom, you got to eat.
That's good that you brought that up, because a lot of time elderly people, I find that they're malnourished because for whatever reason they just aren't eating. So you want to support your mom's nutritional status. So find out why she's not eating. Does it require talking to someone about that? Does it require talking to a physician, because there's different types of medications or different types of supplements that you can get to increase your appetite. Sometimes when people have illnesses, and that's one of the first things they do, because sometimes they're into depression. So it's like they don't want to eat, and it's like, well, now you're just going down a faster path, to destroying your health. So you definitely don't want to stop eating, because you need to eat, because you need all those nutrients to help you fight your illness, especially if it's something with going on with your skin. You need those nutrients. Like if you have a pressure ulcer, unfortunately, that is one of the things that are common in elderly people, not just because it happened at a hospital. Because we definitely try, like when a patient has a pressure ulcer, oh my gosh, it's like that's the worst thing in the world that can happen. Like, we definitely try to prevent pressure ulcers. We don't want anybody developing that while they're at their hospital stay. So we try to turn and reposition patients who are unable to do that for themselves. But a lot of time I'm finding patients coming in on admission with pressure ulcers. So that means that they're just at home sitting in bed. So I'm going to finish that thought on the other side of the break because we have to take another commercial break. This show is going by so fast, but callers, you can still get in on our discussion today. 313-778-7600. We'll be right back.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time.
I had no energy. For months and months and months, I had no energy, and I'm a very active person. And my husband was noticing that I was tired all the time, and I was slow at everything that I was doing. And I kept listening to the commercials, and, you know, you don't know if something's going to help you or not, but I decided this was something I was going to do. And lo and behold, in about 4 days after taking them, I was repotting plants. I was doing other things. My husband said to me, "You seem to have more energy." And I said, "Oh, yeah, I'm fine." And I'm telling you, nothing has ever made such a difference. So anyway, I'm very happy.
Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Call 1-800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code RADIO5.
Attention! Do you owe back taxes, fines, and penalties to the IRS? The IRS now offers new relief options for taxpayers affected by COVID-19, but you can't go it alone. Call Tax Solutions now. Our team of former IRS agents and tax professionals can get you the best deal. We know the COVID-19 rules. Call us and never speak to the IRS again.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
The virus has caused the IRS to take extensive action to help taxpayers. So if you owe $10,000 or more, this is the best time in years to settle your tax debt.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
Remember, the IRS will not give up until you pay. Call 800-683-9499. 800-683-9499. 800-683-9499.
910 AM Superstation has the greatest advertising deal ever with our Godfather package. 100 spots for $600 with a must-air within 30-day policy, and we will even produce the spots free. That's right, free. Call Devin C. now at 248-357-4566. That's 248-357-4566. Or email at d.calhoun@thewordnetwork.org. This excludes political ads.
So Gorgeous is the latest brand to hit the hair extension and wig market. Made from 100% human hair donors with textures to perfectly blend into your hair, giving you full, natural-looking styles with added volume and length. You can wash, color, curl, and straighten our gorgeous bundles and wigs. Shop our collection now at sosogorgeous.com and get ready to show off your gorgeous hair.
Happy National Nurses Month to nurses across the world. Thank you for your unwavering commitment to high-quality patient care. You truly make a difference every day in so many lives.
And we are back. This is Nurse Charms Live. Please call into the show. The number here in studio is 313-778-7600. We are having a Mother's Day edition of Nurse Charms Live today. We are giving out health tips so that you can tell all of your moms. You can share these tips with your moms when you're going to meet with them today or later this week. Before the break, we were talking about nutrition, how you need to go over nutrition and diet with your mom. Just make sure that she's eating healthy, that she's even eating, because some elderly people, we're just talking about how they don't even eat and they become malnourished, especially when they're dealing with different medical illnesses. It's just like you kind of go into depression and you just stop eating for various different reasons. So we want to encourage nutrition, encourage balanced nutrition, healthy nutrition, and that's very important to have those discussions. I was just talking about seeing patients at the hospital, and many of them are coming in with bed sores already from just being at home, laying in the bed, not moving. And with that, I just want to transition into the next tip is to share with your mother is encouraging your mother to exercise regularly. And this means at least 30 minutes of moderate physical activity every day. So by definition, physical activity is anything that gets your body moving. It can be walking, jogging, riding a bike, et cetera, et cetera. And I always encourage walking because it's one of the safest and healthiest forms of exercise. I love to walk. So I'm starting this thing where I'm just walking every day. And I do it for an hour, but the guidelines or the health experts, they only recommend that you walk not just walking, but they recommend exercise at least 30 minutes for at least 30 minutes a day. And the reason why we highly encourage exercise is not only for weight loss or muscle strengthening, but the main reason for exercise is that it improves your heart and lungs. There are research studies that have found walking raises your good cholesterol and lowers your bad cholesterol. Also, it helps maintain a large breathing reserve so that you are not frequently out of breath. So, like I said, any type of exercise works, but I recommend walking. But like I said, per definition, is just any type of physical activity. So you want to make sure that you're encouraging physical activity and exercise with your mother when you go have these conversations with her today. So, Dr. Grace, you want to add anything to that?
Yes, excellent pointers. Now, for my mom, she had bilateral knee replacement. She has scoliosis in her back, which is a curve in her back. And so when I would call, and she used to do physical therapy from now and again, and when I asked her, she said, I'm doing my exercises. So she memorized the exercises that they taught her during physical therapy. So she was doing that. And you can also buy those stationary pedals. She had one of those. So while she was watching her Westerns, she would be pedaling, at 87 years old, years young. She was active up until the end, until where she couldn't, when she became bedridden. But she was active up until that point. And I know for a fact that's what gave her longevity. And I know for a fact that's what gave her fight.
I want to interject and say something really quick, because I'm so happy that you pointed that out, because a lot of times, like, people who have arthritis or people who have any type of injury or pain, they tend to not exercise because they're like, oh, I'm in too much pain, and I don't want to push anybody, because yes, if you're having pain, I totally get it, but at some point you just can't lay in the bed all day and just be like, oh, I'm in so much pain, I can't exercise, I'm in pain. You have to, because what people don't actually realize, and what the research says, is that even though you have arthritis, or you have these different type of musculoskeletal diseases, exercise actually strengthens your muscles. So you want, despite having pain, you actually want to exercise even more, because that is going to help your pain.
Absolutely.
And it may not make sense, because it may be like, well, no, I shouldn't be moving if this hurts. No, trust and believe, because I work in a hospital, I see these patients all the time, and they're having surgery, and guess what? Post-op day 1, guess post-op day 2. Oh, doctor's order. They want you getting that patient up. You got physical therapy. So it don't matter how much pain you're in. You got to get up and moving, because if you don't move those joints, then they're just going to progressively just decline. So.
Right, exactly. Part of our pain management for our patients is physical therapy. And just like you said, research studies show, but it's also just aerodynamically, physical, skeletally correct, because you have muscles, even tiny muscles that holds vertebrae and muscles and joints in place. So if you're laying around all the time, those muscles get weak. And when those muscles get weak, those bones and joints are not in alignment. So your spine, you have vertebrae cushion, and in between each one of those are nerves. And connecting the vertebrae are small, teeny muscles, along with the rectus spinous muscle that holds the whole spine in line.
Right.
So if you're weak and not using them, your muscles are weak and they're not holding those things in place. So it's wiggling around and hitting on those nerves. So I tried to explain to my patient. They was like, I never thought about that. Yes, you have to do physical therapy, even though it hurts, because exercise will hurt. But after the hurt, those muscles get stronger and holds those joints and things in place, so it won't be falling on those nerves. And if a person has bone on bone, right? If the muscles are in place, you don't get as much rubbing together because the muscles are strong. Exactly. So it's very, very important that you keep your body moving as much as possible. Scientists have proven, and literature have proven, the more you lay around, the weaker the muscles.
The weaker you get. And the more pain you have, because those muscles are just they become jelly, as they call it. Yes, I'm so happy that you broke that down, because that's what happens when elderly people have these falls. They'll fall over, next thing you know, they broke a hip, they broke a knee, and it's because they don't have that strength and support in those muscles. So, I always tell people, like, whatever, like going back to physical activity, 30 minutes, okay, whatever you can do, some type of activity, get your heart rate up. You have to find some sort of there's so many different modifications you can do, like even if it's just stretching is also exercise. And you can also get your heart rate up from stretching. Shoot, I know if I'm on the floor doing some crunches, I know my heart rate is definitely up to like 150, because that is one thing I hate to do, and I just be trying to get around it as much as I can doing crunches. But again, like, any type of activity, you don't necessarily have to be jogging, but I tell people, or especially if you have injured knee or hip, then just walk. That's why I tell people that's the safest thing you could do. Just walk for 30 minutes a day. Go in your neighborhood, or if you feel like your neighborhood's unsafe, then you can walk
around in your house.
Right. You can walk around in your house, or you can get a membership, go to a gym. There's so many different things. Or go to a mall. That's what I should have said. Go to a mall, because some different malls, they have like mall walkers programs, and you can go to the malls like early in the morning. And there's lots of people. I've seen pregnant people going, right? Because they're like in their 8th, 9th month, almost getting ready to drop in. So they're walking around just to move the baby down some more. And then you got older people, because it's a safe environment. So definitely encourage walking.
Or just incorporate it in your life, and stop trying to find the closest parking spot to the door.
Right.
Park far away, then walk. You know what I mean? And then with your buggy, just don't leave it to a car to hit somebody's car and get a ding. Take it all the way back. Sometimes I grab extra buggies, and people are like, "Oh, you're so nice," but in my head, I'm like, I'm trying to get some more steps on my watch. Even though it is a nice gesture, but you can incorporate in your life, especially if if you can do stairs instead of doing the elevator. Do the stairs. There's a whole bunch of ways that you can incorporate it in your daily activity as well.
Right. So have these conversations with mom. Again, so you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and I still have some more tips. Don't think I'm finished. And if y'all want to call in, the number here is 313-778-7600. But real quick, I am just gonna recap, because in case you're just joining us, I want you to know that I want you to have these conversations when you go talk with your mom. Or even if you don't have a mother, you can actually have these conversations with any other woman or any other family member or friend. Yes.
Godmother.
Right, for that matter. So the first tip I want everyone to make sure that they have health insurance, okay? Make sure your mothers have health insurance. Have those conversations. Go to healthcare.gov, and you can find out how to enroll. The second tip was to encourage your mother to have regular checkups, because checkups are going to help detect any medical conditions at their early stage. So that is important. Have these conversations with your mother. You know, Mom, have you been to have your checkups? That's another, that's a second tip. My third tip was make sure that your mothers are getting their blood pressure levels checked. I went over the normal values. They're getting their blood sugars checked and also their blood cholesterol checked. So have those conversations. And looks like we have to take another break. So I will finish summing up some of the tips that I was given, and I still have more tips to give. So please call into the show 313-778-7600. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
The Word Network has been broadcasting inspirational messages around the world since the year 2000, and we keep getting bigger and better and more innovative. Seen all around the world, we bring you the best teaching, impartation, singing, and inspiration. If you want original programming, we have that too. The Word Network is your exclusive source for all things inspiration, and we can be found on every device imaginable. If you want to be uplifted and inspired, you need the Word Network.
So Gorgeous is the latest brand to hit the hair extension and wig market. Made from 100% human hair donors with textures to perfectly blend into your hair, giving you full, natural-looking styles with added volume and length. You can wash, color, curl, and straighten our gorgeous bundles and wigs. Shop our collection now at SoSoGorgeous.com and get ready to show off your gorgeous hair.
Did you know most vitamin supplements don't even come from food? Even the products with colorful fruits and vegetables adorning the labels are seldom derived from produce. Typically, supplements are synthetic, made in a laboratory. Modern science may synthetically imitate these chemicals, but your body isn't fooled. It knows the difference, and it craves quality materials to build, repair, and fight illness. You need to consume fruits and vegetables daily in a variety of colors, as well as whole grains and other fresh food. That's why I formulated Balance of Nature. I wanted to be able to give my patients a natural alternative to the cheap, unnatural chemistry by giving them real fruits and vegetables. In fact, the only ingredients inside of Balance of Nature are whole fruits and vegetables. Don't settle for imitation nutrition. Reach for the good stuff, the real stuff.
Call 1-800-246-8751 or go to balanceofnature.com to get 35% off your first preferred order by using discount code RADIO5.
Have you thought about advertising your business on our 910 AM Superstation? Our audience is bigger than ever, and your investment will be lower than ever. Find out how you can grow your business. Give us a call during business hours and ask for Henry, 248-357-4566. We will tell your story, and more folks than ever before will come to your door. 248-357-4566. Ask for Henry. The super audience at our 910 Superstation wants to hear about you. Call now. The all-new 910 Superstation is your #1 source for urban talk radio. If you're looking for the best in radio programming, look no further. You can now listen in on a multitude of audio platforms. We're on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Buzzsprout, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Listen Notes, and coming soon to Amazon Music, Good Pods, and Overcast. 910 AM Superstation, the largest, strongest, 50,000-watt urban radio station in town.
And we are back. This is Nurse Charms Live. If you are just joining us this morning, you can still call into the studio. The number here is 313-778-7600. Today is a Mother's Day Health Edition. We are giving tips that you can share with your mothers, with all of your mothers when you go see them today, or if you don't have any mothers because they're deceased, you can share these tips with anyone else in your family. But yes, that is the discussion we're having today. And also, I want people to call in and let us know all of the great things that your mother taught you to become a better person. So that is the topic. That is what we are talking about. And we have like less than 30 minutes left. So if you want to call in, again, the number is 313-778-7600. But we are going to get to our callers. So let's just get started. Let's see. Marcellus, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning. Happy Mother's Day, ladies. Happy Mother's Day to all the listeners. I want to thank you for speaking on the spinal because we are educated enough on our vertebrae and the importance of protecting our vertebrae. I want to thank you for bringing that up. I wanted to mention mucus because we didn't speak on mucus.
Oh, okay.
And I think that it's very important for our people to understand how important it is to keep a watch of mucus. When the body starts building up mucus, like in your nostril and your throat, that's a sign. It's great that our body is built with defense mechanisms to let us know that something's not right or we're eating too much of the wrong things. And I just want you to break that down to the listeners and to myself and give us your viewpoint on what you learned about mucus. And I thank you.
Oh, thank you, Marcellus. We appreciate you bringing that up. Please continue to listen. We'll definitely answer that question. So mucus, you want to look at things you want to observe for what color. Is it green? That is not good because mucus is inflammation. And when you have that, normally it's a sign of something that's going on with your respiratory system. Like you could have pneumonia, you could have the flu. There's several different respiratory diseases that you could have. So you want to make sure that you're reporting that to your physician. That you've had mucus in the X amount of days and what color it is, what is the consistency. All those things are important in the evaluation and screening to figure out, what potentially could be going on with your lungs. So that's like your body's check engine light when you start having mucus. Now, if it's clear, that's normal. If it's thin, that's normal. Some people cough up phlegm all the time. And if it's clear and thin, then that's just normal because our body secretes that. We're just getting rid of it. So you want to add anything to that, Dr. Grace?
Yeah, real quickly, Dr. Sabi used to say the clear indication of mucus, disease is mucus. But if he was alive, I would challenge him, like you said, inflammation. That it's like your body is it's like putting out a fire. You know how you put foam on a fire to cool it down because we call mucus cold or phlegm, not to be gross or anything, but if you ever coughed up phlegm, when it comes up, it feels cold, right?
Right.
So that's why they call it cold because it's trying to calm down the system. And to piggyback on what you said, respiratory, but you can also have mucus in your gut as well, too, because your gut is inflamed, and sometimes it's okay to peek at your poop. So if you see anything like that going on, you have to definitely let your doctor know.
Right.
So
if you have mucus coming out.
Absolutely.
Right. What is the diagnosis? Just like fatty stools?
Fatty stools or, things like that from the pancreas and things of that nature, or eating something that has inflamed the bowel, because we were talking about earlier about allergies and are always on the outside rashes or breaking out, but it also can cause, affect inflammation on the inside of the body as well. And mucus is a response to that inflammatory process.
Yes.
So that was a great call.
Yeah, we hope we answered your question. Let's get back into these phone lines. We have Chucky. Good morning, Chucky. How are you?
Good morning, Nurse Chan. How are you? Good morning,
well.
Dr. Grace, and happy Mother's Day to you. I appreciate you ladies this morning. Real quickly, though, just a question. It just came to mind. Is there any protocol for people getting back into exercising? for so-called couch potatoes wanting to get up and get active, is there a checklist maybe they should go through to make sure they're in fact, healthy enough to get active? You don't want anybody going out, definitely not trying to run a marathon that haven't exercised in a while.
Right.
But just, trying to do, just a simple 30-minute walk and not be, healthy enough or, active enough and injure themselves. So is there some type of, checklist maybe?
I could answer that for you. And Dr. Grace, I know she can answer it as well, but I'm going to answer it because in practice, I work at the hospital and I work with open heart patients. And guess what? The day after open heart surgery, yes, we are getting those patients up to walk. They'll have tons of IV poles and tubes and everything. Open heart surgery. It was like, that's the last thing you would think of. So to answer your question, that's why I always encourage walking. Walking is one of the healthiest and it's one of the safest things you can do. So if someone has been a couch potato for X amount of years, I will recommend them just starting back walking. The guideline says at least 30 minutes of activity. So you can break it up if you want to do 15 minutes and then maybe 15 minutes, the next day and just gradually get up to the 30-minute pace. But definitely start out walking. And then your body. And then we were just talking about earlier, if you have some pain and you're trying to nurture that pain and you don't want to walk, we don't recommend that. We recommend against that. We want you to walk through your pain, because as you walk and exercise, that's actually going to help your body get better. But I'm going to let Dr. Grace chime in too. Go ahead.
She took all my words, but she said that so well and so eloquently. I totally agree with that. But I also recommend before you need to stretch. For sure. Stretch. I always believe in heat before you walk. If you have any pain anywhere, heat before, stretch, and then after you walk, ice, okay? Or any type of anti-inflammatory afterwards. My favorite anti-inflammatory, believe it or not, is flaxseed oil. I can't do omega-3 because I have a fish allergy. But always have something to recover, and hydration is very, very key. So that was the only thing that I would add to her wonderful answer. And thank you for calling in, Chucky.
Yes, thank you, Chucky. Appreciate your question.
That was a great question.
Yes, appreciate
Not a problem. Have a great rest of your day.
And blessed Mother's Day to you also.
Yes.
Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate you.
All right. Let's just go ahead and get to our next caller here. Let's see. We have Sandra. Good morning, Sandra. How are you?
Good morning, ladies. I just wanted to thank you all for all the information, the great information that you're providing. Really, it's like you're doing a service to the community.
Oh, that just warms my heart.
It is so beautiful to see beautiful Black queens just giving back. And that can't be underscored enough. But I, did want to ask Dr. Grace a question, or both of you really, in terms of the importance of the immune system and maybe tips on boosting the immune system.
Oh, that's a good question.
That's a great question. Exercise and diet. That's probably the number one way to boost your immunity. Dr. Grace, she is a holistic physician, so she can give you a whole health plan on that. So I'm about to turn it over to her, but just as a quick answer, definitely nutrition and exercise is what boosts our immunity. And that's actually proven. That's actually research and proven. So it's not like it's a yeah.
So I'm an avid component of vitamin D. Being that we have beautiful melanin in our skin, and we make vitamin D from the UV sunlight, and we also, through medical advice, to wear UV sunscreen to prevent skin cancer. We don't get enough rays to promote the vitamin D that we need to help to have a healthy immune system. 85% of your immune system is in your gut as well. So a healthy gut it indicates a good, healthy immune system. So if someone out there under the sound of my voice, you're only pooping once a week, that's not a healthy gut. Twice a week, not a healthy gut. You should at least be going one time a day. Hopefully, a pristine gut will be every time you eat, you eliminate. But a lot of people are not like that. But so a healthy gut is very, very important to boost your immune system. Vitamin D.
Probiotics will help.
Very good, yes. Also, with the vitamin D, write this down if you guys are under the sound of my voice. Vitamin D is a lot of people out there that are prescribed the vitamin D by their doctor, the 50,000 IU once a week, and their vitamin D is still low. Why is that? Because vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin. So you need to take it in combination with a good oil. What is a good oil? A good oil, be it extra virgin olive oil, or omega-3, or a flaxseed, or avocado oil, or even avocado. You need to take your vitamin D so it can be absorbed, so you can get those numbers up. I have people that take vitamin D once a week, and they're still in their low 20s or below. Okay, so normal vitamin D is 30 to 100. If you're 32, you're still low to me. A good number is between 60 and 80. So those are the things that I recommend to get your immune system up and boost it up, and hopefully that answer your question. And thank you for calling.
Yes, thank you. That was a great question. We appreciate you. Callers, I promise we are going to get to you when we come back on the other side of the break. You're listening to Nurse Charms Live. We'll be right back.
Online betting can be fun. It's kind of like whitewater rafting. The rush of excitement, the thrill. Well, until your raft is heading straight for a huge waterfall. For tips that will help keep you afloat, go to don'tregretthebet.org. Sponsored by the Michigan Association of Broadcasters and the Michigan Gaming Control Board. Have a gambling problem? Call the Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-270-7117.
Do you have an idea for an invention or new product? Do you think companies would be interested in your idea? Do you want to try to get a patent? Then call InventHelp now. InventHelp keeps your idea confidential and explains every step of the invention process. We create professional materials representing your idea and submit it to companies who are looking for new ideas. We have more than 9,000 companies who have agreed to review ideas in confidence. If a company shows interest in manufacturing your invention, we can negotiate on your behalf. We have helped over 10,000 clients receive patents. We also offer services including 3D modeling and animation demonstrating your idea, prototyping services, and we use state-of-the-art technology to show InventHelp client ideas to additional companies. Join the thousands of people just like you who chose InventHelp to pursue their idea. We are experienced. We are working for you. We are InventHelp.
Call us for free information at 1-800-460-1663. That's 1-800-460-1663. Again, 1-800-460-1663.
So Gorgeous is the latest brand to hit the hair extension and wig market. Made from 100% human hair donors with textures to perfectly blend into your hair, giving you full, natural-looking styles with added volume and length. You can wash, color, curl, and straighten our gorgeous bundles and wigs. Shop our collection now at SoSoGorgeous.com and get ready to show off your gorgeous hair.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time.
I had no energy. For months and months and months, I had no energy, and I'm a very active person. And my husband was noticing that I was tired all the time, and I was slow at everything that I was doing. And I kept listening to the commercials, and, you know, you don't know if something's going to help you or not, but I decided this was something I was going to do. And lo and behold, in about 4 days after taking them, I was repotting plants. I was doing other things. My husband said to me, "You seem to have more energy." And I said, "Oh, yeah, I'm fine." And I'm telling you, nothing has ever made such a difference. So anyway, I'm very happy.
Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Call 1-800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code RADIO5.
Attention! Do you owe back taxes, fines, and penalties to the IRS? The IRS now offers new relief options for taxpayers affected by COVID-19, but you can't go it alone. Call Tax Solutions now. Our team of former IRS agents and tax professionals can get you the best deal. We know the COVID-19 rules. Call us and never speak to the IRS again.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
The virus has caused the IRS to take extensive action to help taxpayers. So if you owe $10,000 or more, this is the best time in years to settle your tax debt.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
Remember, the IRS will not give up until you pay. Call 800-683-9499. 800-683-9499. 800-683-9499.
Nurse Charms Live. This is the last segment of our show. All of my callers, y'all are the bomb.com. Okay, I just love when y'all call. I have some more callers on hold. I'm gonna get to y'all. Before I end the show because I really want to hear from all of my callers. But this has been a great show. Oh my gosh, we did this tribute to our mothers, to our late mothers. This is just something like very, very near and dear to me to be able to do this tribute to my mother. So anyway, let's get back into our callers. Let's see, Sharon. Good morning. How are you?
Oh, fine, and you, and happy Mother's Day to everyone. I want to ask about pacemakers for the heart. I have known people who have received pacemakers, and they have lived, I would say, less than about 2 years. I have known people who the doctor suggested they get a pacemaker, and they have been carrying on, walking around for years. So I'm trying to find out about these pacemakers and how do they install the pacemakers?
Having a pacemaker is literally like having a little ambulance up under your skin. So what it is going to fire off in the event that your heart stops working for whatever reason. You have this pacemaker, and it'll fire off so that electrical activity in your body continues to function. And it's so weird because sometimes patients, they'll have a medical code and they're truly deceased, but that pacemaker is still going, and it's like a artificial heart rate. But yeah, some people have to get pacemakers revised after so many years. They have to go back in and have to get another one replaced. But yeah, depending on the condition of your heart, if you need that, I definitely, or if anyone needs that, I definitely recommend that that people get a pacemaker because it's known as data is researched. I see it in patients every day, all day, because I work in the ICU, and I just see a lot of patients, a lot of heart patients, and they have pacemakers. Dr. Grace, you want to chime in?
Yeah, when she was talking about how some people can, have a shorter lifespan than versus a longer lifespan, it based upon that person's medical history, number one, and information. You'll be surprised how many patients that I talk to with a pacemaker, and I ask them, when are you supposed to follow up with your cardiologist? I don't know. I'm like, you have a pacemaker. You're supposed to go in and get it checked regularly. Did they tell you when to come back? Because you have to monitor that. They have to be calibrated, the whole thing. So in my medical professional opinion, the people that probably had the shorter lifespan probably wasn't following up with their cardiologist, if I had to take a wild guess, okay? Because a lot of them, when I ask that question and then I unction them, okay, well, I think you need to call your cardiologist and find out if you have an appointment coming up or when you need to come back. So hopefully that answered your question.
Yeah, but it's designed to prolong your life, the life of your heart. A lot of people have bradycardia. It's several reasons why you can get a pacemaker, but some people may have bradycardia or some, because it can be a pacemaker and a defibrillator. So it'll fire off if your heart goes into an abnormal rhythm. But they're safe. It's safe. It helps prolong the lifespan of your heart. Of course, it has side effects. So those are some things you have to consider with your physician if that's one of the recommendations that you have to get a pacemaker. But I've seen hundreds of patients get pacemakers. They do very well. So.
Oh, okay.
Yep. All right. Thanks for your question.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, for sure. And let's get to, this is going to have to be the last caller that I can take because we are nearing the end of our show. Let's see. PG, good morning, girlfriend.
Well, good morning again, and I have enjoyed this show. All the information that you gave out to the callers, you and Dr. G, was very good. But I wanted to encourage people to get into Tai Chi. A lot of times when you talked about us laying there and being non-ambulatory, we're not really moving our joints and our bodies in the full range of motion. And Tai Chi is one of the ways to do that. When I first started taking Tai Chi, I thought that I was going to be like the oldest person in the class, only to discover that it was a lady there, 98 years old.
Wow.
I was the youngest person in class, 60. And these people that were 88, 89 really grasped the understanding of Tai Chi and how important just that fluent movement is to our lives. Can you touch on that? And thank you for taking my call. And a beautiful weekend and day to you, ladies.
Yes, thank you, PG. I really appreciate you. Actually, I got to get into, because I want to finish this list. I want everyone to be able to take these tips and share them with their mothers today. So the last tip that I wanted to give, the last tip that I'm running out of time, is to encourage your mother to get enough sleep. Good sleep is critical for good health. The American Academy of Sleep Medicine recommends that adults aged 18 to 60 years old should get at least 7 hours of sleep each night to promote optimal health and well-being. So real quick, Dr. Grace, you want to just chime in on the importance of getting sleep?
Oh, yes. Your body does so much. Your body heals when it's sleeping. It replenishes and restores itself. It gets rid of all those bad proteins in the brain. It's been scientifically proven in medical literature that people that get the less sleep have a higher incidence of dementia, and Alzheimer's disease. So sleep is very, very important. And also in weight wellness, you need to have that amount of sleep to burn the right amount of fat. So sleep is very, very important.
Yes. So Dr. Grace, please give your information out so everyone who's listening can hit you up.
Oh, okay. Dr. Grace cares.com is my website. Dr. Grace Patterson on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Our office phone number is 248-356-1111. That's 248-356-1111. I just wanted to say this, too, about the vitamin D. We also give vitamin D injections, too, to get those vitamin D levels. So call our office. That's 248-356-1111. That number also has texting capabilities and is HIPAA privacy compliant.
Do you have any final thing you want to say in the next 10 seconds?
Oh, yeah. Tai Chi. Fluid movement, but also breathing is very, very important. That whole process. Breathing is very, very important. Calming the mind, calming the body also promotes great health.
All right. And on that note, we are going to end this show. Thank you, everyone, for calling in. I really appreciate you. If you missed the show live, please catch us on the 9:10 a.m. Facebook page. We will be back next Sunday. Dr. Grace, you joining me next Sunday?
I think so. Thank you for the invite.
All right, y'all. This is Nurse Charms Live, so y'all know that we do this stuff just on the fly. All right. I'll see y'all next week. Thank you.
910 a.m. Superstation has the greatest advertising deal ever with our Godfather package. 100 spots for $600 with a must-air within 30-day policy. And we will even produce the